you all for tuning in. This case is going to delay after delay if she can. Exactly. It's so annoying. And she knows it. And it's part of their gimmick. It's okay, well, let's ask for an extension 2 days before the motion is due. Why? But 3,000 words. Attorneys suck. All right, let's get to it.
It sucks too, because you listen to people like Candace Owens, like right now with her conspiracy theories and stuff, and like, I don't know, man, I'm getting more and more thinking the best thing that could happen to humanity is the internet could go down.
Yeah, as soon as we lose Wi-Fi, we're all upset, but that might be the best thing that happens to us. By the way, I haven't followed a lot of what Candace Owens has done, but I will say what I have seen. There's a difference between a possibility and evidence for a possibility. You can speculate on anything you want, but unless you have evidence, shut up. Okay? Because all you...
Oh, man. Oh, I wish I could give him a standing ovation. I know that's right. Candace, you about to learn the hard way what that means. Because the judge is going to be telling you that in court. Unless you have evidence, shut up. Yeah, no, what the judge is going to probably start doing is sectioning your attorneys. Because you want to bring this mess in my courtroom. And then y'all kept delaying it and delaying it and delaying it with all these extensions. And now you want all this preferential treatment because she thinks she's somebody. Is that what I'm hearing, counselor? Your client thinks she's somebody, and I'm supposed to treat her like she's special. Nope.
Difference between a possibility and evidence for a possibility. You can speculate on anything you want, but unless you have evidence, shut up. Okay? Because all you're doing is causing dissension among the brothers, which is something the Lord hates. If you want to present a possibility and say, well, this could be true, okay, it could be true, but don't accuse people for doing something for which you have no evidence.
Oh, yeah.
I heard today, I guess I hadn't seen it myself, but I heard today she was judging people who didn't act the right way. I don't know if anyone did. Has anyone seen this video? She did. According to Candace Owens, these people did not act the right way after Charlie's death. Like my friend Mikey McCoy, the brilliant 24-year-old who at the time when Charlie was shot was 23 and was a hero that day. He apparently didn't act the right way according to Candace Owens. He didn't act normal. Newsflash, there is no normal when you're in shock.
Thank you.
There is no normal when an abnormal.
Was he reading my thoughts? I said this same stuff last night. Did I not? Put a one in the chat if you heard me say the same stuff last night. Didn't I just say this last night? I know what I'm talking about. I said the same things last night. You can't predict how someone should show what their fight or flight response is. How do you say it's normal to get on the ground, but then would say, I would have ran towards your fight or flight response. You either run away and not record. But what are you talking about? You can't tell somebody what to do. Or you run towards your friend. I would have ran towards my friend. And then 10 seconds later, it's normal to get on the ground. Which one is it, girl? You can't make this stuff up. I said the same thing last night. 84 people watching. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Y'all share this. Oh, we getting in it because I'm on one tonight. Candace, like I was last night, I'm on one tonight. Yep.
Owens.
You can't.
He didn't act normal. Newsflash, there is no normal when you're in shock.
Get your popcorn out.
There is no normal when an abnormal thing happens.
Some
people are going to act one way, other people are going to act another way. You don't know how you would react.
Thank you.
I didn't know how I would react. The only reason that I did what I did is because I thought about it beforehand. I was afraid somebody would take a shot at Charlie, and I thought to myself, if it does happen, what am I going to do? Decide now.
Oh, boy.
And what I wanted to do would do anything I could to save him. In that sense, If it had to happen, I was glad I was there because now I know there's nothing I could have done.
Wow.
Nobody could have done anything. He was gone already. We learned that later when we got, looking at him, I thought he was gone, but it was verified when we got to the hospital.
See that, Candace?
But don't
you suck.
Say that because I'm observing, psychologists know you can't even get in somebody's head when they're on the couch.
Thank you.
And yet you're going to judge people on video from afar? Save it.
Thank you.
You're adding pain to people who had enough pain. Next time I'll tell you what I really think.
Yeah. Put a red heart in the chat of Frank Turek. What's his name? What church he talking? What church he preach at? He just gave you all the full truth. The full truth. Just ready all lawsuits. Look at here. Red hearts in the chat if you believe that man just told the truth. Hallelujah. Red hearts in the chat. I said this same thing last night. You can't sit here and say how someone would react to seeing a person get shot right in front of you. And then to see the aftermath of that. The blood splatter, all of this stuff. And she's just sitting here rewinding it and studying it like the soulless, evil miscreant that she is. How do you watch that so many times and not one time do you just shed a tear or two? Not one time. She barely cried. Yeah, I gotta go back. You can't make this up.
Too, because you listen to people like Candace Owens, now with her conspiracy theories and stuff, and I don't know, man. I'm getting more and more thinking the best thing that could happen to humanity is the internet could go down.
Yeah, as soon as we lose Wi-Fi, we're all upset, but that might be the best thing that happens to us. By the way, I haven't followed a lot of what Candace Owens has done.
It's called Read a Book.
I will say what I have seen. There's a difference between a possibility and evidence for a possibility. You can speculate on anything you want, but unless you have evidence, shut up.
Come on here.
Okay, because all you're doing is causing dissension among the brothers, which is something the Lord hates. If you want to present a possibility and say, well, this could be true, okay, it could be true, but don't accuse people for doing something for which you have no evidence.
Amen.
I heard today, I guess I hadn't seen it myself, but I heard today she was judging people who didn't act the right way. I don't know if has anyone seen this video? She did.
Yeah, we saw it.
According to Candace Owens, these people did not act the right way after Charlie's death. Like my friend Mikey McCoy, the brilliant 24-year-old who at the time when Charlie was shot was 23 and was a hero that day. He apparently didn't act the right way according to Candace Owens. He didn't act normal. Newsflash, there is no normal when you're in shock. There is no normal when an abnormal thing happens. Some people are going to act one way, other people are going to act another way. You don't know how you would react. I didn't know how I would react. The only reason that I did what I did is because I thought about it beforehand. I was afraid somebody would take a shot at Charlie, and I thought to myself, if it does happen, what am I going to do? Decide now.
Exactly.
And what I wanted to do was do anything I could to save him. In that sense,
my Lord,
if it had to happen, I was glad I was there because now I know there's nothing I could have done.
Yep. Unfortunately.
Nobody could have done anything. He was gone already. We learned that later when we got, looking at him, I thought he was gone, but it was very.
That is the worst feeling in the world, is feeling helpless, feeling as if there's nothing you can do. Even if you were a trained neurosurgeon, just seeing the entry wound and the splatter And I majored in biology pre-med to be a doctor. There was no way to stop that massive blood loss. And there's nothing worse than that. People already probably feel guilty about that. And Candace is searing that in. It's like the devil reminding you of your past for no reason. Just so you can feel all this guilt and shame. And for what? She wasn't there at all. And now she's inflicting her guilt and shame of not being there for him, not having a relationship or, you know, a friendship. She couldn't even prove that they had any dealings with each other within the last year. Within the past year leading up to the day he died. All her pictures and text messages and all this nonsense coming from 2018, 2019, before they got married. Nothing current within the last year. And she still acts like they were just talking every day when she knows that they weren't. That's the biggest lie of all. And all she wants people to do is to be reminded of that moment. And then to try to have people feel guilty about it. Look at this man's demeanor here. Look at his facial expression here. Y'all see the sadness behind those glasses? Realizing and then there's nothing I could do. Don't you think people are feeling guilty and feeling, you know, sad and upset already at the idea when they were there, they couldn't do anything? No matter what they all wanted to do to help, there was nothing that could be done. Unless you have the healing power to put back an artery or an artery and a internal jugular vein back together, there's nothing you could have done. And he feels that pain. He feels the sadness of that. And you see it is written all over his face. And all Candace wants to continue to do is to have people feel guilt and shame. She wants people to be angry with her. And they refuse to go down that well. Turning Point USA, y'all need to stop responding to Candace Owens. Let her say whatever the hell she want to say and then document it. And if she continues to do what she's doing, that's going to bring forth more defamatory, derogatory statements, accusations, more damage, more tortious interference, sue her. And let that be done. Do a class action lawsuit. Y'all all come together and just do one big lawsuit. Sue her. It'll be harder to beat. Imagine if Seth Dillon, Josh Hammer, Benny Johnson, Laura Loomer, all those that got the death threats, all those she keeps insinuating has something to do with this. Imagine if they all came together and did one big class action lawsuit here. They just came together and they just did one huge lawsuit against her. And Candace LLC, Candace Owens, the LLC, and George Tom Inc. Like the Macrones are doing. And imagine they do all of this same time she got Macron lawsuit going. She wouldn't be able to defend herself with it because she keeps putting out evidence every time she opens her mouth and does a video or does a post. 2 men have already been charged. One is facing 12 counts of the death threats because they're being influenced by Candace Owens and a neo-Nazi. And she refuses to stop on her own. So apparently it's going to take the persuasion of a lawsuit to get her to understand that no one is playing with your ass anymore, Candace. No one is playing with you anymore. Stop responding to her. Let her be out on that limb to hang dry on her own. Her and her 5 million candy asses. Gather your evidence and file a lawsuit against her. He said exactly what needed to be said in this. The next response needs to be in writing to the court. Because you can't do this all day with Candace. She wants people to keep giving her content. Don't give her content. Take her to court. That's it. It's as simple as that. At this point, this is where we are. Well, it's time for people to understand your free speech does not mean you get to infringe upon the rights of others. These people deserve to live in peace and not have to worry about their lives being taken or threatened or harmed or doxxed or harassed or bullied or stalked, or you're interfering with their business, their ability to make money to take care of their family. Because you're mad, you're evil, you're soulless. Okay, we'll take it to court. The end. Nothing scares Candace more than the thought of her losing millions of dollars. Candace, God knows how to sit you down to where you're going to lose a lot more than that. And you don't want that. And I'm not wishing that on her. But she's not trying to learn the old-fashioned way. And it's simply because people are saying, listen, you need to stop. You need to cut this out. Who does she listen to? Other than the devil. Look at the pain you causing people here. I've never met this man a day in my life. I don't even think I said his last name correct. And I can see the pain in his face and in his eyes. She's lost her humanity. Nothing she's doing is necessary or factual or anything. It's just pure evil and disgusting.
When we got to the hospital. But don't say that because I'm observing, psychologists know you can't even get in somebody's head when they're on the couch. And yet you're going to judge people on video from afar? Save it. You're adding pain to people who had enough pain.
That's right.
Next time I'll tell you what I really think.
Y'all.
My young adult sons, he expressed.
I wanted to, because Milk Bar got hit with a copyright strike today. Before we get into Candace's video, I want to give a shout out to Milk Bar TV and play a couple of his videos. The first one he has is of an interview that Tucker Carlson recently did with Nick Fuentes. So it was my understanding that they didn't like each other, but okay, whatever. I don't really follow them like that. Like I've done a couple Nick videos when he goes off on Candace. I enjoy that. Anytime Nick Fuentes goes snap off on Candace Owens, I am here for it. Yeah, I am. But I don't know about his beef with anybody else, and I don't really listen to Tucker Carlson like that either. So I have no idea. But I wanted to play this because he posted it up today. And it's not long. It's relatively short. And we're going to get to the next video and then her video. So it's just going to go. I'm going to play the videos back to back to back to back. All right, let's get to it.
My young adult sons, he expressed some anti-Semitic takes on history that maybe Hitler's motives for wanting to be rid of the Jews weren't so wrong, even if how he went about it was evil. And so I'd like to know where he's getting these lies. I've heard a little bit about the Groypers from Not the Bee. I'd never heard that term before. So my question to you is this. Do you know some of the names of the influencers who are taking advantage of the conservative youth movement? I want to read.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so thank you. So first of all, I do know the names. I'm not going to repeat them because that only makes them and their little irrelevant circle bigger.
Nick Fuentes, thank you for doing this.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
I wanted to meet you. I thought you were a Fed.
I thought you were a Fed.
I was a Fed.
Yeah.
I'm not a Fed. But whatever, I don't care what people think.
We showed each other our badges. We know we're out.
Wait.
And conservatives, we do something that's totally crazy. We say,
what did I just watch? That was a snippet, y'all. I'm not going to watch that whole thing. But that was a snippet of them two. What? He went on his show and that was it? Oh, man. They thought they were Fed? Oh, God. All right, let's go on to this is Milk Bar TV. He posted this yesterday. Past conservative Candace Owens describes current leftist Candace Owens. Yeah, because she's a hypocrite and soulless.
And conservatives, we do something that's totally crazy. We say, maybe it's me. I have a problem. Maybe I have the power to fix it. Maybe internally I can fix this. What can I do to change my circumstances? Liberals, when they have a problem, they look outwardly. They look externally. They say, I have a problem. Who can I blame? Right?
So if anything happens to me, you guys will know exactly who it is that has been making my life a living hell over the past couple of years. People that are trying to bankrupt me, trying to bankrupt me and my family, that are threatening us.
You can't be bankrupt. You're worth $200 million plus dollars. Stop it. You didn't consider that when you were suing USA Today or that apartment complex where you chose to live with mold for 6 months. You know, that deadly mold you created by leaving the doors and windows open while the air was running. Candace, did you ever pay that judgment out? Let's talk about the court costs from the High Court of Australia that you've been ordered to pay. Have you paid that judgment? Don't make me have to look it up, girl. You know I will.
Sue us. Everything that Kanye said was so real. Okay. I'm now at that point where you look back and you go, man, Kanye was right. He was really saying something about what it takes to leave, you know, to fight for custody of your own soul.
This is the way the leftist mind operates.